capacitors on, make it lower. I think about there. English. Okay. So this one's called The Last Case of John Morley. It's just a demo, so.
The name's John Morley, private detective, and today is a momentous day. After enduring the most exquisite tortures at the hands of those blasted nurses, and being pumped full of enough medicine to fell an ox,
It appears you're awake at last. We had considerable difficulty rousing you earlier this morning, so I deemed it best to let you rest a while longer. I bring you good news. The latest test results are favourable, and the doctor has authorised your discharge. You are now officially ready to go. I have placed your belongings on the table. Oh, and a lady stopped by this morning with some clothes from the dry cleaner.
a woman brought my clothes from the dry cleaner. Was it Penny?
I couldn't say. She arrived quite early, before my shift began. I've placed the garments in the wardrobe to keep them from getting wrinkled.
I've been having nightmares.
The doctor has prescribed some medication that should help address any residual effects. This should assist in alleviating your nightmares.
So I'm better now.
Yes, you are much improved. Both your physical and psychological assessments have been satisfactory, and there are no impediments to your returning to your normal life.
My belongings? I thought everything was already in the room.
There are a few valuables and some coins we kept for safekeeping. They are in the box on the table. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have other patients to attend to. I wish you all the best.
Okay. Let's do the options again real quick. Okay. Audio. Turn up the volume a little bit. say about there? I think that's way better. Alright. Medical discharge, patient number 5567, room 27. Subject discharge resolution report, attending doctor, foreigner. Final review, the patient has demonstrated satisfactory improvement in all pre-operative objectives. The surgical procedure conducted under protocol ETD-03 has been deemed successful in all respects. Okay. Let's check this out here.
Story of my life. Nearly broke.
Same, bruh.
That's me, the bloodhound Morley.
Alright.
Blimey, it's nearly noon. I must have lost track of time in those blasted nightmares.
Okay. Anything else?
I better get dressed.
Nope.
The hospital gown that ties in the back doesn't exactly scream professional. Looks brand new. Well, these do a fine job of hiding any. I usually use the Windsor knot. I should get myself a pair of darbies. Or brogues. They're much more... So the mystery woman who took my clothes to the cleaners was Penny after all. Seems she's still got a soft spot for me. Could there be a chance I might win her over?
Okay. Good to know.
I'm not ready to leave just yet.
Oh, is there something else?
Blimey, what a fool I took onto that rain-soaked pavement. And to top it off, with that downpour, I ruined my best suit. But, well, that's all water under the bridge now. Quite literally.
I do say.
This note's from Penny, my secretary. She must have left it here a few days ago, while I was still under observation.
I'm awfully sorry, but I just keep going like this. You've been laid up in the hospital for ages, and I've been left skint with no wages coming in for months now. Before, with the state you were in, I couldn't bring myself to say anything. I thought it was best to let you be better in peace. But the other day, Dr. Fauna rang and said they were finally going to let you out. So I figured that was time to tell you I haven't been in the office in a month. And believe me, I'll miss Hawthorne Street and the old moldy brick building of ours. But I've got to move on. And you know, even before the accident you still owed me 3 months' pay. Peter and I are planning to get married, and I need the stability. I hope you understand I left my key under the doormat. I've paid the water and electric bills so that those are in your hands now. Goodbye, John. I wish you all luck in the world. A few days, older woman came by asking for you. I told her you might be back at the office this afternoon. She seemed quite eager to have a word with you, Penny.
Damn it, Penny. I don't blame her, though. I'm a right mess. I've managed to lose the only two things that kept me grounded. Her sound advice, always spot on, and the faint hope that she might dump Peter and give me a chance.
Okay. anything? Am I missing something else? It's not letting me leave, so... Oh.
Trench coat and fedora hat. Every detective's must have.
Shall we? Let's see, which way do I go?
I'd better hurry up. Just like Penny says in her note, I might have a new client this afternoon. And with the way things are going, I can't afford to let that slip. All right, let's get moving. Today's the first day of the rest of my life.
Yay!
Back again. Feels like stepping into a forgotten paradise.
Okay. What are these? Oh, just posters. Okay.
Everything's got that same old charm, and yet feels oddly new. This hospital stint's given me a bit of a new outlook. Here they are. Penny's keys. Just like it says in her note. This case is worth its weight in gold. Everything you need for a portable lab.
Huh.
The umbrella with a bullet hole. Souvenir from the marksman case. Nearly lost my hat on that one. This one's a favorite. The jealous lover solved everything with a few blows from an ashtray. Brutal, but effective. Even the coppers missed it. The slant on the letter E. That's what gave away the typist in the black letters case.
Okay.
Penny's desk. I ought to give her a ring and try to sweet talk her into coming back. If this new client brings in some decent dough, maybe I could settle what I owe her and use a little charm to win her over.
Honestly, bro, if she doesn't like you at your lowest, she doesn't deserve you, man. Just telling you that now.
So this is Peter. That smug grin's got "Punch Me" written all over it. The murder weapon from the cadaver collector case. Nasty business, that one. The case of the Red Shoes murder. One of the most complicated I've faced. Finally. Case closed.
Okay.
My desk, strangely tidy. Normally it's buried under papers, notes, bits of evidence. Penny must have wanted to leave everything spick and span before she walked out on me. Another one of my cards. But this one has my last name circled.
Nothing in there.
The drawer. It's locked. But there doesn't seem to be a keyhole. Amazing how this little gadget can reveal the devil in the details.
Do I type Morley? Is that what I have to type? Okay.
The Scarlet Page. I trust Penny didn't go snooping through my things while I was away. Oh, my apologies, madam. I didn't hear you come in. I was a bit distracted.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morley. I trust your assistant informed you of my visit as promised.
My apologies. I was rather engrossed and didn't notice your arrival. To whom do I owe the honour of this meeting?
Lady Margaret Fordside, the 4th Countess of Bloomsbury.
Lady Margaret, could you tell me what brings you here today? How can I assist you?
I shall endeavour to be as candid as possible. 20 years ago, when my daughter was just 18, she was brutally murdered. It happened at our family estate, Bloomsbury Manor. Someone slipped into the house unnoticed, and upon reaching her room, delivered 5 fatal stab wounds to her chest, lungs, and heart.
Oh.
The police, eager to close the case, hastily blamed and condemned 2 violent thieves who clearly had nothing to do with her death. The investigation was closed, and justice was never served. I am prepared to offer you £30,000 if you take on this case,
Huh?
and a further £30,000 if you can solve it and bring the true killer to light. Tell me, Mr. Morley, will you accept this case?
I understand your distress, Lady Fordside. But before I commit to anything, might I trouble you with a few questions?
By all means, Mr. Morley. Ask whatever you must.
Sounds good. The Wrong Man, Bloomsbury Manor.
Tell me, were there any witnesses? Did anyone see or hear anything?
It happened at midnight. The house was practically empty at the time, with only a few servants and a guest who was sleeping in the west wing. I was the only one who might have heard something, as my room was next to hers. Unfortunately, I had taken a sleeping draught and fell into a deep slumber. It is a decision I shall regret for the rest of my days.
That doesn't sound convincing at all, but okay.
A case that's been cold for 20 years. You certainly don't make it easy for me, Lady Margaret. What made you decide to seek out a detective now?
For over 2 decades, I fought tirelessly to have the case reopened, to prove that the real murderer escaped justice, but all in vain. Neither solicitors nor well-meaning police friends, nor even journalists hungry for a dark story have managed to uncover anything. Then one day, I read about your success in solving the case of the Red Shoes killer. Regrettably, I also learned of the unfortunate incident that left you hospitalized with grievous injuries. On the advice of your secretary, Miss Penny, I waited patiently for your recovery. And now, here I am.
Tell me about the men the police arrested. Why are you so certain they weren't guilty?
2 days after the murder, the police arrested a pair of violent thieves who were terrorizing the county at the time. Though they swore their innocence in my daughter Elodie's death, their criminal record completely undermined their defense. Seizing the opportunity, the police locked them away for their other crimes, and the case was closed. But what has always struck me as suspicious is that nothing was stolen on the night my Elodie was killed. If those thieves were truly the culprits, why would they murder her and then leave without taking a single piece of silver? It doesn't add up, Mr. Morley.
Tell me about Bloomsbury Manor. Do you still reside there?
After Elodie's death, I abandoned the estate. I couldn't bear to remain there, to live within those walls. Even now, when I visit the manor, it still feels as though I can hear her footsteps echoing through the halls, her voice humming that old melody. The delusions of an old woman who has mourned her daughter for far too long, Mr. Morley. No mother should ever have to bury her child. Should you accept the case, Bloomsbury Manor would likely be the best place to begin the investigation. I shall not impede your work, as I now reside at Bedford Square, in the heart of the city.
Well, I believe I have all the information I need to get started. I accept the case, and will begin the investigation immediately.
I'm pleased to hear that. My butler will bring you the £30,000 tomorrow morning. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have matters to attend to. Once you uncover the culprit, contact me at once, and I shall promptly deliver the remaining £30,000. Please, Mr. Morley, unravel this harrowing mystery that has tormented me for so long.
Okay. The visit from Countess Margaret Forsyth was just what John needed. A case with all the right ingredients to stir detective instincts. An unsolved murder from 20 years ago, abandoned by the police in the incompetence, and a generous reward waiting at the end. What more could a man want on his first day back? The journey to Bloomsbury Manor passed without incident, though the rough, neglected road, ravaged by years of rain and wind, made for an uncomfortable ride. He arrived under the cover of night. The place was quiet, like the ruins of the old tomb, forgotten and forsaken.
As I made my way through the dense forest path, a haunting silence enveloped the air. It was as though the very night of crime still lingered here, shrouded in an eerie calm. The manor stood before me, its facade as inscrutable as the shadows that danced in the moonlight. Every step I took felt like a step deeper into the heart of a mystery that refused to be forgotten. Sound. The stillness feels heavy, like it's hiding something.
A place of hope and healing. At Westland Asylum, we believe that the path to recovery begins with compassion, understanding, and the most advanced techniques of mental health care. Our institution offers a tranquil haven for those seeking respite from the tritus of mind. Okay. That's a lot of reading. Okay. Uh, Your Ladyship, I write to you on behalf of the Wasteland Society of Fine Arts regarding the exhibition currently on display at the gallery, which features several works of your daughter, Miss Elodie Forsyth. While we fully appreciate the remarkable talent and artistry evident in her work, it is with great regret that we must inform you of a matter concern. Several of the Society's patrons, particularly among the most sensitive members of our community, have found Miss Forsyth's paintings to be of a highly disturbing nature. We have received numerous complaints with the mothers remarking that artwork has caused distress to their children, and some ladies reporting feelings of unease. There is a growing sentiment that the pieces are unsuitable for public exhibition, particularly in a space frequented by young and impressionable minds. It is the utmost respect and consideration that we kindly request your ladyship to arrange for the removal of Miss Forsyth's paintings from the current display. We understand that this may cause disappointment, but we feel it is necessary to preserve the decorum and sensibilities of our gallery's visitors. We would be honored to work with you to finding a more appropriate venue to exhibit Miss Forsyth's art, where her unique vision can be appreciated by a most discerning and prepared audience. We trust you will understand our position in the delicate matter, and we look forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience.
It seems Elodie had a passion for art, but her style wasn't exactly well received. Disturbing from the looks of it. A blue moon, fitting for a place haunted by its own secrets. Looks like the Countess left this for me. It could be useful for getting around the place.
Figured it was F to do the lantern. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Follow the trail of green lights to investigate past events. My lady, I would kindly ask that once the midday service is complete, you grant a few moments of your time in the library.
So, the housekeeper left a note for the Countess, asking her to meet here on the day of the murder. I wonder what truly happened during that encounter. Very well. Let's piece the events together, step by step.
Okay.
A globe resting in a beautiful wooden stand.
green light.
Two chairs. One of them knocked over. The housekeeper's cup is still here. Tea spilled across the table. She never got to drink it. Looks like someone arranged tea in the library that day. An empty envelope. Did the housekeeper hand the Countess a letter? Lipstick stains. Same shades the Countess wore when she visited my office. It seems they met here. But something went wrong during the conversation.
I am very angry. After all these years of service, this is how you repay me? Walking away like this?
I'm sorry, madam, but the situation has become unbearable. My bags are already packed.
So I'm guessing she pushed her and the chair fell with the tea. That's my guess.
The Countess threw the housekeeper out in a fit of rage. In her haste, the housekeeper forgot one of her bags. What was it that unsettled the housekeeper enough to abandon her post so suddenly?
Okay. I think it was on this side, right?
Lady Forsyte, still seething, burned something in the fireplace.
I have reached a decision through it weights heavily upon my heart to sever the ties that have long bound me to this household. Since the reign of King William V, my family has served Bloomsbury with unwavering loyalty and steadfastness, marked by discretion and a faithful execution of our duties. However, there are limits to all things, and of late, this house has been frequented by certain individuals whose presence is at odds with the principles of which the lineage is so devoted. It is no coincidence that our family motto is Oblatus, signifying something offered by consecrated. We are vessels of an ideal, the custodians and most deep-rooted traditions of the eternal values of our nation. The house has forsaken all of us, and you, well, know the reasons why. Please do not concern yourself. I too understand why you have allowed this. Rest assured, I do not judge you harshly, just as I hope you will understand my reasons. As my family says, Wasta best wishes. Joanne Merver, housekeeper.
The housekeeper resigned. Seems something or someone troubled her greatly. Enough to break the long-standing family tradition tying her to this place.
So we unlocked a new clue.
The Fordside family crest, a rampant dragon, a time-honoured symbol across European heraldry, particularly among the English and Welsh. The lock has been concealed. This door must open by some other means.
Just to be the statues, I would think. This important over here is another statue.
Looks like this is the Fordside family book, showing some of their ancestors.
Move the cursor to the edge of the screen to go back. So these are all statues. There must be like a specific order to be able to open that door.
The door's chained up with a padlock. Looks like I need to find the key.
Okay.
This painting, it's rather grim. There's something deeply unsettling about it. Almost like it carries a shadow of its own.
First aid kit. But how do we know it's
Another painting by Emily. There's something deeply disturbing about her work.
okay, sir. Oh, they each have different positions in the photos. So these two are like pointed left. Okay. So he's pointed left. And so is she. I think right. Like that. And then this guy's pointed right and she's pointed left. Alright. I think that's the farthest it goes that way. Try the guy now. Where is he at? that's the right word. He's pointed right and left. Hoof left. Right and left. That's still not working with the statue. That's the same pamphlet.
It seems Lord Fordside was a renowned sculptor, though his works were somewhat sinister. This must have been some sort of private study for the Countess.
not really sure how this statue thing goes. There's a key card on the floor. I don't know if I can pick it up. Um, I don't know, guys. I think I'm gonna leave it here for today and we'll play more later. So it's getting me stressed out.